Hello. Okay, Warren, we're live. So now start watching your language.
Yes, sir.
Leave on your pants. All that stuff that
On. Leave my pants on.
yeah. All right, and Nemesis RR, sup. John C, Larry Hughes, Robert White, DN Cash, Michael J. Lassiter, Michelle Schulte, Vader Mods, hello, you're on time. Ken Zarish, Big Dog Masks, Field Walker Mask, Hugo Cordier Lefte, Joshua Kane, Hauntings by Design, Rodney Pope, Linda Forbes, Lindy Beto, Nate Slanker, John C. Tugwork Studios, on Ox on the Moon, Richard Gladden, Ross Reichert, Lindy Beto, Linda Forbes, and Ellis Fire. And like of Thor, Jamie Thaxton, 2006, longest name on YouTube. Mike Murphy, John Sheffield. Hello, everybody. I'm going to get you guys on a little battery. Today, I'm working on things. Earlier, I was working on stuff. But now, I'm working on things. And once again, you guys appear really dusty. Yeah, that's just how it is. Hello, everybody.
So we can do something about that.
Your battery feels tingly? Like your battery? I did clean the phone. All right, so what I'm doing here is I'm making myself, well, I'm not making this for me. I'm making this for someone else. I'm making some insect arms, some insect arm extensions, because I need them. Yes, these are kind of a organic arm candy, if you will. These are going to go to a haunted house in Maryland. And you get arm extensions, you get longer arms. This is from Haunt Shirts, this shirt. This shirt is from Haunt Shirts. So we're working on these guys. Ross Reichert and Line Cook Thor say hello, wife.
Hi guys.
Terry and Jacob's World, I'm glad I found your channel. You're going to get your haunt done this weekend. That's awesome. Very cool. Aaron, thank you. I too like my arms. I've been working out. I'm glad you noticed. Probably not what they meant. All right, so here. Wife, sewing table, you think it's a little low, right?
It's very low.
How about over there? Yeah. Do you need a guns? Oh, yes. Do you need a power cord?
No.
Okay.
Unless you go for hours and hours and not stop, you can take the rest.
You got Pelican today.
Oh, hooray.
That's awesome. I'm glad you're happy with it. You know, I'll be honest with you. I was a little sad to let him go. I was very happy with how he turned out.
You know what? I don't feel like having it back in the shop. I'm gonna get a spot right here.
Okay, baby. You do what you want.
I do what I want. I do what I want.
You can just here. I'll take the insect masks away.
Brush it right here.
There you go.
And that. But this one I can see.
Oh.
Tell them we still have Warren with us.
Yeah, so here Warren Maxwell has turned into an indentured servant.
He's a Texan.
He's here working away. Yeah, he's
There's
gonna.
a chain to the bench.
Yeah, he's gonna get his Texas driver's license tomorrow. He'll be here. But yeah, everything is going great, guys. Things are nice. I have a pupper here who's in my way, like usual. That's wonderful, right? I'm going to cut one of these, and since I have a few of, I'll have to cut, I'm going to cut two and sandwich each one, so I have to cut 8 of these, because I'm going to do 4 per 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 8. Ezekiel Bradshaw says, hello, Warren.
Hi.
How are you, buddy?
Hey, Ezekiel, good day. How are you, man? Hope
You're
doing
making
well.
wings. Awesome.
Insect dance party, is that what we're doing?
Yes, but we're having an insect dance party.
No.
Once I get the insect done, I'm going to be dancing. All right, and you know what? I can cut these out with scissors because I don't have to cut them with a knife because I will eventually be dremeling them to match up the sides. And I'm going to put a scallop on them. It's all fun and games. You put a scallop on it.
Big dog. You answer what color scheme was planned for the owners?
No, I did not. Metallic green and black. Metallic green and black. That's one. Yeah.
John C. says Warren can live in the back of the stairs for a couple of weeks.
There we go.
Yes, he can just sleep
I'm
on a
good with
roll.
that.
He can sleep on a roll of fur. Yeah. Actually, I think Warren is excited to get home and put up his 12-foot skeleton.
I am.
Did it arrive while you were gone?
No, actually it arrived about 2 weeks ago. So it's been sitting in the box and just waiting. Just waiting.
Big Guy says, I hope you like red shade. I do.
Red is her favorite type of wine.
I do like red.
What she says is she likes a big bold red as dry as sand. Did I get that right, honey?
That's good. I like a red that will stand up to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, Philip Kozlowski says it's like 3 a.m. here, but I really like what your live streaming so constant.
Thanks, Philip. I appreciate that.
David said I just finished carving a jack-o'-lantern. Great.
Oh, that's one of the best things you can do this time of year.
Jordan Easel says, hi, Aunt Shannon. Hello, my nephew.
Jordan Easel. Hello, sir.
He says, hi, Uncle Al.
Hello,
We have an
Jordan.
nephew.
Yep, it happens.
Kenzarish, no boogeyman, he will eat the insects. Big Dog says, I sent 2 that I don't know what you're up to. I'm sure it's good.
Okay, so all I did is I cut off this piece, and you can see kind of, it's a little bit tough to see because of how lights work, but I did trace that 7 more times. I shot him 7 times! You know what that's from, like?
Ezekiel says, I had an insect dance party yesterday.
Well,
Got
that's kind of
savaged by
pleasant stuff,
midges.
Oh no, midgies are like biting flies, aren't they?
Oh,
What's that, Warren?
Is that Donald Pleasant?
Yes, it was, sir. Yes, it was. Shannon didn't know.
were they not done?
I shot him 7 times! You know who that
That was
was?
Dr. Lewis.
It's a movie quote.
It was a movie that Warren said.
It was. Yeah, that's right. The movie that Warren said.
Yeah.
Exactly right. One of these days, I will expose you to all the commenters for not being a cool kid.
They know I'm not cool. Everybody who tunes in knows I'm not cool.
I think you're cool, white.
Cool for the days. on a Lovecraft-inspired creature costume.
Heck yeah.
Christine somebody, hello. This is Alan. I listened to your most recent live video from 10 a.m. to about 7 p.m. today while I sewed costumes. I'm all fun.
Whoa. You're probably sick of me by now then.
Jordan says foam puzzle pieces.
Kind of, yes. Yes.
Hi everyone. Started setting up our yard display today.
Awesome.
Run all the lights tomorrow. It's the best way to spend our 5th wedding anniversary. I agree.
That's so cool.
Got you, big dog. Got the tracking number. Ezekiel says, I second what I think you're cool. Thank you, Ezekiel, but I'm not.
You guys are a bunch of suck-ups. That's what y'all are.
Plastic.
Y'all just being nice to the wife. If you come to monster camp, she's gonna cook. And you think that she'll give you an extra helping.
So not true.
It's true. No one listens to me.
Hey, we're watching Hauntings by Design. Finally got around to making the LED spotlights from your video a bit back.
Cool. Awesome. You know what? I'll tell you that video, I think, that video gets me the most free drinks at Transworth. Because someone will come up and they'll say, you saved me $300 on buying LED spotlights. I'm going to buy you a drink.
What you have to get?
Well, since I'm not like a drinker, sometimes I'll get a White Russian. And if I can sneak to the bartender and say, just like, make it a milkshake. You don't have to put any booze in it. Just save your company the money. And there's also something called the Colorado Bulldog, which is pretty much chocolate milk with something else in it. Those are kind of good. I like chocolatey drinks, and I like milkshakes. I'm not a big alcohol person. I don't think there's anything wrong with alcohol. I never started drinking it.
Christine says, it's fun to hang with your other costumers.
Yeah.
Dottermods, everyone here remember to give Alan's video a quick like. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Ezekiel says, we have to cover your lack of cool husbandry when we don't share or offer cookies. Aaron M. My other project is a clown killer who changed from 3 different faces.
So it's like the Manny Faces, but he's angry at clowns.
Big Dog says the Minister of War and Peace must be thankful.
Yes.
Horror Beauty says, do the insect dance one more time.
Robert was born. Pop it back up.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah, I did some areas right.
John Marshall.
John C., I don't need an extra helping because apparently I'm getting a whole box of Texas peach pie. What? That's going to be good. Wait a minute. Where are you getting that? Am I supposed to be sending you a pie?
He said he was going to send you a box of money, and you sent him a box of pie.
When did
He
this
has said
happen?
that several times.
Why?
Why aren't you making proper arrangements, wife?
I didn't realize I was looking at it. Let me get right on that, John.
Looks like
Get
I'm
out.
getting undressed behind this giant silver box, so I'm just putting on a back brace.
Right. Haunting by Design. Well, then I'll buy you a milkshake in 2021 at Transworth.
Hooray!
Ezekiel says, I thought a Colorado Bulldog was another term for cougar.
Maybe. I don't know.
Says, I think I missed the insect dance. I need to see it.
When I get the arms done, I will throw on an insect mask and both insect arms, and I will give a sweet insect dance. And you will not soon forget.
Put a weight included. Michael Astor. I know when I had a drink at MHC with Alan, it took him about 45 minutes to an hour to drink it. He had to look like he was being punished for every sip. Stacy, I'm here working on costumes for the reunion tower thing while I watch.
That's awesome. I'm working on insect costumes for a haunted house in Maryland.
I'm about to put a mask on the website in the clearance bin.
You're going to put a clearance bin mask up?
That's right.
Awesome.
What? What could it be?
Gotta get stuff out of here.
it photograph well?
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay.
That's why I was asking, you know, all of these projects for your Monstober. I'm like, what are we doing with those?
Now, sometimes it just works out. Like today's Monstober challenge is long limbs.
Oh,
I'm making long limbs. So some of these challenges are just working out lovely. Others, I'm going to like last night, I had to rush and make something undead because I didn't have an order for something undead. So I made a quick mummy. But I also told people that I was going to make a mummy costume. I would do the rest of the costume for the mummy. So I'm going to hang on to that mummy head for a bit to match up with the mummy shirt and pants that I made. Yeah.
well, that's going to be a full costume?
Yeah, I'm just going to do videos on a full costume. All that I really have left is the EVA foam armor parts.
Plastic Ninja says, booze is overrated. Ezekiel says, don't you know, drink with Laura at Transform.
Everybody drinks with large.
Big Dog says, good, nice video, going to bed, getting up at 1:45. Good night, Big Dog.
Good night, big dog.
Howard Beauty's excited about the insect. Rodney Pope's excited about clearance. Big Dog says, do wings count?
Wings, there's a whole nother day for wings, but it's not too far off. So,
Howard Beauty says, that mummy was sick, I still want it.
why, thank you. He turned out pretty good, if I say so myself.
Hey, Paul Dick.
I knew ahead of time how much time I was going to invest in him, and I hoped he was going to be good in that time.
John C. says, Howard Beauty's birthday yesterday. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Howard Beauty!
Happy belated birthday. That tail is cool. How long is it?
These are not tail, these are insect arms. So the insect can, and that's what I'm doing now is I'm about to glue pincher bits onto this so that they can pinch your eyes. You can't hide your pincher eyes. No? No way? Okay. This is like a cricket's spines, but it also looks a little bit like Batman's gauntlets. So that's what we have to do.
Here it is. I can't say how great it is for you sharing your talents with others to help the hospital here.
If I can be anything, I have chosen to be a bad example. That is what I'm doing.
How are you doing that?
Well, sometimes things don't always work out great, but I try.
That's the self-effacing thank you I ever heard.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
My wife says. I thank you. That is very kind.
What's your name?
Everybody is very nice to me, and I still don't know how to handle that. People being nice to me is not what my life was prepared me for.
Ken wants you to dance into the song Staying Alive. Laura Beauty says that she loves that has a claw.
But it has a what? A claw. The claw.
We don't
Yeah.
want to stop it. It was Batman at first.
Yeah, it could look a little Batman-y if I'm not careful.
Sean Davies, try to do this for a Metaluna mutant costume.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see this video.
Yeah, this is a very Metaluna mutant-y hands from the movie This Island Earth by Universal Studios. Yeah. Yeah. Warren is my flavor of nerd.
He is. And you know what? It was
Keep
funny
going, man.
when you were, what was it, around Christmas of last year when you or watching that terrible sorcerer's movie. And you
The
got
Sword and
on-
Sorcery movie, yeah.
Oh, we were actually talking about that earlier
You
today.
got on Facebook and you said, somebody please watch this crap movie with me so we can talk about it. And the first person to jump on there and buy that crap movie, Warren Maxwell, zero shame, doesn't care.
Worth every penny.
What was it, Penny?
It had Chewbacca.
It was, I think it was like $4 and still worth every penny.
And he was so excited. Warren's watching this movie with me.
Honey, I'm not reading comments ahead of you,
Do not.
but I see one from someone.
Stop, stop. Muto Rocks. Wait.
Yes?
Red Crystal Dragon. The werewolf was awesome. Keep missing the lives though because I'm a goober.
Well, now you're here.
Muto Rocks. I just found your channel today. I've been binge watching all day.
Wow.
This is so cool. You are very talented and you make it look so simple. And I'm going to get a heat gun and pool noodles on Wednesday.
You should get a heat gun and you should get pool noodles. They will make your life better.
Haunting by design. Thanks for the tutorial on the burlap scarecrow. I never thought of using spray stock in context.
It's a burlap scarecrow.
Jordan Easel. Do you know about Metroid? It's a famous game franchise by Nintendo. The bugs remind me of that game's depiction of space planets.
I did not. I remember Metroid slightly. Like, okay, so listen, I fell off of video games. Like, I kind of stopped playing them with, what was the game with Sega? And there was guys who looked like Rambo, and they had guns, and they only stood sideways. And they were shooting, I'm pretty sure it was aliens. It was very hard. It was a very difficult game.
I've never been much of a gamer. So.
It was a very difficult game. Contra. It was Contra. Yes. Yeah.
It's like somebody will take.
So that tells you that that was probably 19 something when
Okay. Contra.
Contra. Marsha.
Did I miss how you installed the mechanism for the claw? Is it a cable mechanism or did you do this?
Well, I kind of did this. All right. So these awesome insect hands. Are your friend and mine, the Home Depot garbage grabber. That's what that is. Now I had to shorten it, and to shorten it, I cut it with a pipe cutter. There is a rivet that you have to drill out right here. Bless you. You have to drill. He's got the Rona.
Sorry.
You have to drill out that rivet right here, and then this comes off. You cut the tube to where you want, and there's a steel band that has a pin running through it. Right. You have to knock that pin out. Re-drill that steel band, line it up, but probably, Har Beauty says gesundheit. But probably, and I'm not going to read comments anymore because my wife is reading comments for me.
I'm waiting for you to finish.
Well, okay, so, yes. Yeah, so then you can make it shorter, but you got to put the pin back in and re-rivet this. Because this holding on to the pipe is what helps this happen. So it takes a little bit of finagling, but you can make these shorter because they're too long right now.
The arms are giving me the creatures from the MacGyver movie. I love it. Let's see. I binge watch Alan almost every day.
That is awesome.
My trash bag beach ball scarecrow was a huge success thanks to you.
Very cool. Anytime you can make stuff out of trash bag and a beach ball, I think you're living a good, clean life. So yeah, insect monsters. I'm actually pretty excited about these. I got a phone call that said, hey, we need some insect monsters for this section we're doing. Do you have anything? And I said, well, I have insect masks. And they said, what do you think we should do for costumes? I said, you should let me make some hands for you. Because I'm doing a lot of the social distance hand props right now. You know, because with this, my head can be 6 feet away, and I can still put this in your face. You know, that's kind of nice. And I'm, you know, leaving that. Anyway.
Where are you guys based at?
Dallas, Texas area. We're about an hour from Dallas, but if I said Quinlan, Texas, you wouldn't know where I meant.
We are not in Plano.
No, we are not in Plano. Dark Hour is in Plano. That is the haunted house that I direct that is sadly not open this season. Thanks, COVID. Yeah, but you know what? We are making the season that we want by doing more live feeds and by building a community here with you guys and hanging out and making stuff. So I would say that this weird times and season has not been a bummer. It's been different.
Bill Walker, is anyone else getting an error occurred? Please try again. Playback ID instead of the video, or is it just me? Nobody else is getting it. Hugo Ross, I just moved from Colorado to California, and we went to Not Scary Farm for the first time last year. Great show.
It is a great show.
Love that show.
I've been there a few times. It is a good show.
Halloween is a lifestyle, says Hugo Ross. Plus, Angel says, I remember Dark Hour being there and got this stuff. Yes, Dark Hour's in Plano. About an hour away. Philip said, they love it. So if anyone got an error, over. Future Rock says, I want to work at a home so bad.
Are you old enough, sir? Are you 18 years old? If so, then what's stopping you?
Ken's Reach says, hello, Carl Peter.
Carl Cleaver's not in the office today. Hallelujah for that. You get me instead.
And Bill Von Brave. Big hello from Puerto Rico. I've been watching your videos all this day.
Awesome.
We love Puerto Rico.
We do. Puerto Rico is like one of my favorite places.
Love us in Puerto Rico. Rob O'Brien says, so I am now a free agent. I was part of the 6,000 layoff at Disney.
And you now have a chance to pursue other opportunities. You now have, you know, anything that you couldn't do or didn't do because you were kind of chained to your job. Look around for opportunities right now. See what's happening.
LayFX Makeup says, I'm alive.
It's awesome that you're alive.
Vader Mod says, have you been to anything in Minnesota that you liked?
Minnesota. I don't even know that I've been to Minnesota. Honey, have I been to Minnesota? No, I haven't been to Minnesota.
Very close.
I've been to Wisconsin. Yeah, I have not been to Minnesota.
If we went, it was during the Legendary Haunt Tour.
It would have been during Legendary Haunt Tour. We went to Wisconsin Fairgrounds and then Chicago. We didn't go out Minnesota way. I wish we would have. It looks beautiful.
New Hampshire. Abram Acosta.
Hey, buddy.
When does the dance party start? We did say insect dance party.
I will. Well, as soon as I get these insect arms done, I'm going to do some insect dance party dancing. That's going to be a necessity. He is.
Red Crystal Dragon, 100% always be improving your situation if you can. Aaron M. made a zombie costume and met Linnea Quigley and became the top image for her for 2 days.
Sweet.
Big Monkey Fez. Rob, sorry to hear that. Same here at 25 years. He also got it.
That stinks, guys. But look for opportunities.
John C. says Alan likes Minnesota, but he prefers a large coat. John C.
Minnesota, that's funny. Ha ha!
Costa says, I'm gonna make something now. Thanks, Dad. Ezekiel says, you do an insect dance on request, but no dwarf dance when I request it.
I have to go get the boots, and I have done it when you requested it, but I can't just run and get dwarf boots all the time, because you always want to see the dwarf boot dance. Okay. Is he drying?
He's drying.
Gotcha.
Puppet Master!
Hello, Puppet Master.
Happy birthday, Puppet Master.
Happy birthday!
Pictures of power. I probably wasn't supposed to say that. Haunting by design. My son still has the picture he took with me last year at Midwest Harvest Convention. Thanks for giving him that memory.
Awesome.
Steve Harris, did you know how to make kit bash the metal mechanism of the end earlier in the stream? Did you show how to?
I didn't, but maybe I can show one in a bit.
Yeah, because I want to pick up the light. I don't want to brighten them up, but I do. I think we're trying to look at the light.
I like to watch, running back, they kind of, they don't know. About that,
Everything's similar. Another coordinator is selling really well, right? Same concept.
Well, it happens a lot, actually. Hey, Scott.
What is the underlying framework mechanism?
Garbage grabber, Home Depot. I want to take a second and show you guys what I'm doing. I'm using the Dremel to shape that claw. The first thing that I did was I rounded it off so that it had more organic corners than this. And then I'm putting in these bevels and these teeth. So I'll do that on this other one here in just a moment. But I wanted to show you what and why I was doing. Just the one that works and already has the right head on it. Really, I mean, they're not that different.
Aaron M. says, everything going on lately, I just tried to improve my pictures. So when the comments come back.
Yeah, I hear that.
Abraham Costa says, it's good, Coffee by Design says, is that just a sanding barrel?
Yeah, this is a sanding bit on here. It's a hard grit sanding bit. because I want to hog off some material. I'm not worried about gentility. I'm not worried about destroying my foam. I put plenty of stock on here so I can whittle it down and get it to where I want it. So, guys, when you're working with the Dremel, it only spins one way. A lot of times I see people, they just cover themselves in crap or they shoot it up into their face. If you know how it spins, you know which way it's going to shoot stuff. So don't let it shoot you in the face. Because you don't want this dust in your face. Shoot it away from you. Okay. Yes, these are going to be insect claws. I just turned them off, actually. I will not block them. You all are going flocking crazy.
Gray House Haunts, you love those guys.
Hello, Gray House Haunts.
You guys be careful, don't roll. Oh, there she is. She just finished that one.
Awesome.
Hey, guys, make some awesome fun. Thank you for letting me know you made a mistake. Aaron says, giving that applause is good. How do you not have nerve damage if you have cancer running into this wall? You're very tough.
This is just part of my job, so I do it. It's also foam. It's not like there's a lot of resistance. Okay, last bit. That's exciting. I want to be a dentist.
Todd Kermit says it's time. I need to get a Dremel.
It's time. You know what? The Harbor Freight model is perfectly fine, and they have a nice blue one on Amazon that's really cheap, and it works just good too. I'm very glad that you guys made it home safe to Omaha. What?
Yes, Nebraska.
Yeah, I'll probably just glue a little piece of foam over it.
This is called Alan, I wonder if you ever use adapter to the Dremel, like holding pin for carving.
I use a flexible shaft every now and then, but normally I would just prefer to hold the Dremel.
Check the heat gun with your hand.
Because I'm holding the piece I'm heat gunning. I don't have to. It's hot, yo. Okay.
Can I put leech on the website?
Can you put what?
Leech. The photograph.
That's Hemogoblin. Yes.
Is he ready to go?
Yes, you can put Hemogoblin on the website. Ross Riker came up with that name, if I recall.
Yeah, I think Ron is coming up with a few names, actually.
He is a mad naming machine.
Okay, let's go on. Jason Hare, just got to work and realized you were streaming. Glad to be here.
Hooray!
Christine Salvati, I had to get anti-vibration gloves for my Dremel. After using them for a long period of time, my hands would start to kill.
Yeah, I use Dremels a lot.
Now, Vici says, even if I'm not a crafter now, I love that I'm learning so much just from watching your techniques.
I love that you're learning also.
Halloween Curian, Halloween dream in that shot with all the masks.
Thank you.
Chad Smith says, hello, peeps. I've been here the whole time, but my wife is cutting my hair.
Yeah.
Chemo Goblin. Is that right?
Yep, Hemogoblin. It's like hemoglobin, but it's goblin,
Okay.
because it's a monster.
That's airbrushing.
I think that's cute. I'm making this insect arm a bow tie. So a lot of times gluing things is about surface area. The more surface area that you can get to glue, the better. So instead of gluing a patch on the side and a patch on this side, I'm going to do one patch that folds over and just kind of covers both. Right, like a piece. And the whole purpose of that is just to hide the metal bits so it all paints the same.
Vermont Bernard says, I have several projects in mind that PVA foam and Dremel would make perfect material and tool. Ross says, I can't write it here. Scott says, Chad, your paint job was fantastic. Oh, I haven't seen it.
Putting the edges down first. I'm gonna give it a pinch in the middle to give that a little more, put a little pinch in the middle, get a little more texture and to keep it clear of the edges so I do not mess with the mechanism. And that is one finished insect claw. Dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, you're a bug. All right, we got another one to do.
Gary Miller, I've been ill since June and unable to make stuff. Watching your live feeds has really helped to fill the void. Thanks to everyone at Slippery Studios, doggos, and kitties improved it.
It is tough when outside forces keep you from doing things that you enjoy. That is difficult, and sometimes it means there might be a shift for a while, where instead of making physical things, maybe you make digital things. You know. Years and years and years ago, when I worked at Skull Kingdom, we were in the lobby, and for a while I'd bring projects in. I would work on stuff in the actor break room, but for clarity, that was pretty inconsiderate of me because I would bring in like paint. I would bring in all kinds of crap. But I was young and I was an idiot. So then they said I wasn't allowed to do that anymore. So I'm like, okay. So I brought in sketchbooks and I would bring in graph paper and I would just plan haunted house after haunted house after haunted house. Yeah, because I knew that's what I was doing. I also learned how to juggle.
Celeste Kitty says, hey.
Hello, Celeste Kitty.
Hauntings by Design says, looks great, easy enough to do.
It is not. This is not difficult.
Tom Vernon says, a nice insect ball. This is Stan, not Stan Brokart, but Stan says, what's your favorite type of horror movie? I'm not a fan for horror movies, and I subscribed to your channel this past week.
Creature feature is my favorite type. My favorite type is some kind of a guy in a monster suit. I really like that. Wife, I'm going to be using the Dremel, so
Wait.
shout up.
Mod. Yeah, the live streams are the best, but he has a life, so enjoy his pre-made videos like I do as always. You have a life?
Well, somewhat. Not much of one.
Angie Rogers. I'm going to try my hand at making a ball out of a mold. Never done before, but I'm very impressed.
Awesome.
Keep her up. What are your top tools or tips for beginning home haunting? What are your top tools or tips for beginning home haunting?
All right. While I think about that answer, I'm going to Dremel this. Okay, so I would say one big tip is pick a theme. A theme is going to help you inform all of your choices down the road. So have maybe a story, maybe just a setting that you can sort of build your show around. That helps out pro haunts immensely, and it's the same thing with home haunters. It's kind of a guidepost to help you know what to do next. So having a theme and a strong theme that you can keep adjusting and keep changing a little bit, just tweak it a bit, is really nice for sustainability and to help you know what to make next. Because there is a whole wide world of projects out there, but it's really cool if you can pick one that fits your theme and make that, or even better, if you can pick one that doesn't fit your theme and reskin it into your show. Another tip is that remember that nothing comes to you finished. Anything you get, they didn't make it for your show. So maybe you don't want to just pull a thing off a shelf and put it in your yard. It might be that you want to give it a repaint, because me and Warren went out to my monster museum today, and one of the unifying factors of things in the monster museum is that I painted everything. I didn't do all the sculptures, but I did all the paint jobs. So they all look like they belong in the same world. And if you're trying to tell a story, and if you're trying to get someone to believe and invest in your narrative, then having everything look like it belongs in the same world, or comes from the same world, is a big, strong part in your favor, in my opinion. And now, the pinch bits.
Our puppet master and another one jumped up there.
We have dueling puppet
We have
masters?
two puppet masters on right there.
Hey,
It says, hey, says, I'm about to watch Silver Bullet. Good night.
enjoy your one-eyed bear werewolf.
Gary Busey's finest performance.
Yeah.
Hey, Gary Busey?
Yeah. Might be his best movie ever.
He almost seems sane.
Christine somebody says, I don't hear giggling, so I'm assuming Shannon is there tonight. If so, hello Shannon, it's not how
That is correct.
That's correct. What type of phone are you using?
This is EVA foam.
Aaron says, Monster Squad was a favorite when I was a kid.
Me too. Monster Squad is a great movie. Okay, last bit. Let's get through it.
Mike Nick says, you are truly an inspiration. I am making my cemetery pillars as I watch.
Awesome. I love cemetery pillars.
Enigma says hello.
Hello, Enigma.
1980. I just made a delicious milkshake. One large spoonful of Nutella, 4 scoops of vanilla ice cream, and a bit of milk. So good.
Man.
Angie Rogers says, I love your videos.
Thank you.
Not to be rude, friends, her name is Botox. Got it. Thank you.
Botox, like the stuff you put in lips.
Right, but it's spelled B-E-A-U-X. So, thank you. I like to speak things correctly, so no problem.
You guys can't see I have my concentration face on.
Space Dog Molly says hello. I love this show.
Thank you. I'm making an insect hand.
Ezekiel says we got shut down for Halloween, so I'm taking a day off to reassess what to do next. I'm going to make more stuff with my kids, celebrate Halloween with my family and friends as well.
That's cool.
Good for you, Ezekiel.
It's nice to, honestly, it might be nice to focus a little bit and a little closer to home. And I think you learn a lot when you observe, and when you can't play, you kind of end up in an observer mode, and You might discover some things that will help you later that you might not have seen before if you were busy doing it yourself. Just try to find that bright side. But also, hanging out with the family is never a problem.
Karen says, makeup-wise, who is your favorite monster from Monster Squad? I love the Wolfman.
Well, the Wolfman. That's my favorite monster from whatever you're asking me about. But you got to give mad props to the Gillman suit too. And that was a good-looking mummy. I think that the mummy took a dive. I think the mummy could have lasted longer in Monster Squad. I think they kind of wrote the mummy off. But anyway, yeah.
Cactus Jack.
Hello, Cactus Jack.
I love that guy.
I bet he's working on signs.
Cactus Jack says, I just started school in Arlington in September. It'll be so cool to check out your shop, even though that probably isn't possible.
It's probably possible.
Ooh. It's young like, it's Hubby here. Tell her to get off.
Okay.
This is Crystal Kitty's hubby here. Tell her to get off her butt and make tombstones with the sheet of R150 I got.
Go make stuff.
Oh, it's,
I say that every video. I say go make stuff.
Philip says, definitely need a shop like yours, a lot of tools and some sleeping dogs on the floor.
Yeah. Are you still airbrushing?
I'm just ready for seal.
Okay, great.
I'm calling it done.
Oh, well,
Show them the lots of time.
Okay.
there you go. Cool.
You all set with the air?
Yes. This one now needs a bow tie. The other one has a bow tie. This one needs a bow tie.
Mike Murphy, learning that pool noodles can be melted together is a game changer.
Isn't it though?
Aaron M. says, I totally agree that Bill Man was wicked and the money got done dirty.
He did get done dirty. Somebody saved my mummy.
Got unraveled.
Ezekiel says, hey Stan, I didn't know you were there. How are things? No, Stan's not here, Ezekiel.
Different stand.
Well, there was Stan who was on earlier, but that wasn't her time.
Yeah, what you're hearing is you're hearing Warren Maxwell speaking.
He knows Warren's here. Rodney says, the doggos look exhausted.
Well, good. Maybe they'll sleep.
They're so cute when they're like this. They have been playing a lot. Cool weather and they've lost their minds. 136 people are watching.
Hi everybody. I'm making bow tie monsters. I'm making a little bow tie. It's going to go on my insect hand.
Celeste Kitty says, I'm waiting for the sticky white stuff to sell tombstones while losing the battle of keeping the cats off.
All tombstones look better with cat footprints.
Ezekiel says, did Warren have to wear whimsical socks to fill Stan's place? No.
No.
These socks are not whimsical.
He wore regular man socks.
Rodney says, on the live yesterday, I thought it was Stan by the voice. No, it's Warren. Third degree of terror. Alan, if you get a chance tonight, can you take a look at my post and give me any critiques on my dino paint job? I didn't paint it for low light haunt, but it looks good in lit condition. Fetish chats.
I will, sir. I will.
Roger Post says, hey, Warren.
Hey, Rodney. How you doing, man?
Mike Chesnowski. Hi, guy.
Hello, Mike Chesanowski.
Hi, Ken Banks.
Ken Banks Tools.
Is it Ken's Tools, Ken Banks?
Ken's Tools.
Ken's Tools.
Best sculpting tools around. All right, so we have made giant insect hands roster.
Ezekiel says, Warren is a legend for those that don't know him.
Oh, thank you, my friend.
He is.
He is
So we have made some nice long insect hands that now we're going to paint. This is insect kung fu, for those of you who don't know. Yeah. You know what? Just now, you could use this, Warren, to do black light bats. Like, because they're light enough, and if you did like a EVA foam or a underlayment foam bat and painted those black light, and then you're holding the handles, they're all painted black, you're wearing black,
disappear into the
and
shadows.
then you have just two black, bright
That's a cool idea. I like that.
That'd be fun. All right, so I need to paint these. I need to stop playing with them. How can you not play with them, though?
Puppet Master says, don't forget to add the clackers.
Clackers don't go on this pair. I'm doing 2 other pair. I have to do 3 masks and 3 sets of hands, and they're getting clackers on the other hands. Because that's just too good of a gag not to do forever.
On Dermot says, sweet insect arms. 1980 says, I'll get you next time, Gadget, next time.
Sweet insect arms.
Says 2 insect hands, time for an insect dance.
Well,
Ezekiel says they are so cool.
We've got to paint them.
Cactus Jack says that's sick. Al Mantra.
Almatra.
Al says hello from Jerry and I. Hi Jerry.
Hello.
Harvey
Everybody.
says everyone was cockroach fighting. They were
Everybody?
cockroach fighting.
Those bugs was fast as lightning. All right, so what I'm doing now is I am painting this foam with contact cement thin with xylene. And this is 1 part contact cement to 5 parts xylene. And what that's going to do is that's going to kind of seal this foam. And that's going to make my paint stick much better. This is a tip I picked up from a guy, I think it's Prop Monkey Studios, maybe? And I really like this mix for EVA. And this is nothing. These are sheets that I wrapped around and glued together, and then I cut the spikes out of them. You don't have to make it hard.
And then tune in to see me.
Warren is working on, he bought a blank from us a while ago.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah,
brought
come
it with him to airbrush camp. And then he brought it to airbrush lab. And then he wanted to paint it. So he is staying, he's painting it this evening here. You're almost done, aren't you?
I'm calling her done.
Well, why don't you take the camera and show them your work?
Stanley says that reminds me of the movie The Fly.
Should I take the
Rodney
whole
says
tripod,
that's
or-
awesome.
Yeah, just take the whole thing.
Ezekiel says that's a brilliant
Actually, I've
idea.
written it to it again.
Ruggedly Handsome says bug food.
Bug
1980, the shrimp hands are awesome. Harvey says, okay, I'm done. What's a clacker?
Oh, okay. So it's a party noisemaker, all right? And so Puppet Master, who made that comment, he was my haunted house partner for many years. And we had a haunted house that was first called the Trail of Terror, and that turned into Terra del Monstrum. So if you heard us talk about the black and white haunted house, that was Terra del Monstrum. And Trail of Terror went through many themes, one of which was, we did an insect year called The Infestation. And we did that one a couple times. When we did it, you know the party noisemakers that look like hands, and it's a plastic handle, and then there's 2 clapping hands? Well, if you rattle that, it becomes, it makes a nice like insecty sound almost. If you're looking at a giant bug and you hear that sound, it makes sense that it's an insect sound. So we had pinchers like that, and then They were on sleeves that same way with spikes. I did them with plastic at that point in time though, and the handle of it was one of those clappers, so they could hold them and go da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and they would clap and they would make this really great racket. And now back to Warren.
Hello. So yeah, this is the pumpkin face mask that I bought a few months ago. And then basically used the same paint technique and set of paints and whatever that Alan uses for the coordinator. Because I really like that look, that kind of rotted look. So this is going to be part of a character I'm calling the Harvester that I'll probably use at a haunt called Fright Kingdom in New Hampshire in a few weeks. I guest act there a couple nights each year, so I plan to do 4 nights.
Bob O'Brien says, well done. Ken Zurich says, wicked. JLR 538 LM says, awesome. Michelle Schulte, looks great, Warren.
Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it.
So this xylene has a bit of an odor to it, and it's one that I'm not terribly familiar with. I'm glad I'm working by the air scrubber. It's catching a lot of it.
Aaron says, those arms, I've lost my mind to have those when I was a kid. Warren, don't.
Yeah.
JLR 538 LM says, those are going to look so cool. Can't wait to be done.
I think they will too.
Hauntings by Design, Insect Dance, or Back Dance.
Insect Dance will be coming. I need to get these guys painted, but honestly, it's a spray paint job, so it won't take long.
Alta Del Fe, always the best way to spend a money night.
I am glad that you enjoy it.
Melissa Fowler, loving the talent you have. This is awesome.
Thank you. You know what? It's not so much talent as persistence. I am. If people believe that I am better at making things than most people, it's simply because I spend more time making things than most people. This is what I do. And it's what I've done since I'm 10 years old. Since I was 10 years old, I knew what I wanted to do for a living, and I have not varied from the course. So this is not someone who is supernaturally talented. What you are seeing is you are someone who enjoys their work, doesn't mind working, and I have stuck with my craft a little bit, and you just pick up things. I think a person who's been a carpenter for 30 years is a better carpenter than a person who has been a carpenter for 3 years. And I will never cast aspersions on someone just because they are on a different part of the path than me. Maybe the path is up a mountain, and maybe I'm a little further along on the trail. It doesn't mean that I am higher up and look down on them. No, everybody can get to where I am as far as making stuff goes. Just keep making stuff. Don't stop making stuff.
Is that a better covering than leaf seal?
Well, it's a different animal, and I'm going to paint this a little bit differently. So, maybe.
Christine Salvani says, so we have had time to go to do haunts since ours closed. Reaper's Revenge was fantastic.
Excellent.
I'm normally not a fan of hay rides. This weekend is Haunted Overload, which I always love.
I'm so jealous.
I'm
I'm
doing
so jealous.
I have tickets for the 18th.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's such a good show.
When I went to Haunted Overload for the first time, when I got out, I went over and I hugged the owner. Of all the haunted houses out there, I think that Haunted Overload is the Halloweeniest. Put it in the other room. Just think about what they've done. Any what? Yeah, I got some pulls to do. had to get a foam helmet for the next bug. Warren,
Sir?
Warren has rights.
take this head form, put it here.
What's Warren doing?
He's going to make a bug mask. He's
What?
going to help me make a bug mask. Please contact cement this mask onto that helmet, sir.
Still coming in from Warren. 1980 says,
Yeah.
great work, Warren. Lisa Gordon Ayer says, nice job, Warren.
Oh, thanks everyone.
Botox rocks. Thank you for your hard work, everyone.
Woohoo!
The Hot Dermot says, nice, Warren. Angie Rogers says, sweet. Almato, the pumpkin mask paint looks great. Ezekiel says, xylene and contact cement, a better coat than Flex Seal or a different vibe. Hang on, Ezekiel. I'll get you an answer. Y'all can all guess where he's going. This is what happens when you come visit.
I get put to work. You get put to work.
Yeah, so I'm gonna come say hi to Alan. Well, make sure you wear work clothes because we'll say, yeah, come on in.
I bought my Monster Camp smock,
You
not
should.
knowing that I'd be working. Of course, I mean, I brought my own project with me, so.
Yeah, but you know how it works around here. If you ever come visit, just don't come dressed cute. That's all I gotta say.
It's more of a primer.
Okay.
The
Ezekiel, this is for you.
xylene and contact cement is more of a primer. That's going to go on, and now I'm going to hit it with something like Flex Seal. But because of who I am as a person, I'm going to try a new product. I am trying the Gorilla Waterproof Patch and Seal.
Phil Kreslowski says, so if you always wanted to become a monster maker, building props and making creature costumes for Halloween is a serious business in the U.S., or are you working on the rest of the year?
This is, I mean, I do this all year, but I'm also, I'm the director of a haunted attraction. So that's one of my main jobs is I direct a show that is open multiple times throughout the year. And yeah, I do haunted house stuff.
Scott Coldheart is here.
Hello, Scott.
Ezekiel says, what are them wings hanging in the back room? They look great.
Just some wings.
Les Kitty says, what do the batting like wings above where you got the helmet from? They saw
Man, y'all are nosy.
They saw it.
Y'all are nosy.
Scott Colhart says hello. Mike Murphy, what are those wings about that telling you this made out?
I got projects.
Randy Kabrisky. Hey Alan, first time catching you live. I've learned a lot from watching you.
Awesome. I'm very glad to hear that.
Hello, Cobwebs and Candlesticks.
You want me to snoop these straps or do you want?
Leave them on. It'll help you line it up and stuff.
Okay.
Linda Forbes. Alan, are you giving out any hints of what the new barrel project would be Wednesday?
Man, I'm not going to do that.
Tarbo says, is that insect arm candy?
Yes, this is insect arm candy.
John Reese, would a Deep Star 6 water monster be something you would like to make?
Deep Star 6. Wow, man. Yeah, that'd be fun. That's so obscure.
Christine says there are many haunts and Halloween product companies, but only a small percentage are full-time. Most have a day job, and they also run a haunt or company.
It all depends on what you do, too. I mean, there are some that are. I mean, you know.
Harvey Beauty says, you pointed the camera right at it. How are we nosy?
I didn't mean to. Y'all asked.
Ezekiel says, okay, I won't pry. You deserve your secrets. They do look awesome.
They're fun little wings, aren't they?
Cobweb says, stacked barrels, standing cages. Chad Smith, did you use the concrete tube for the forearms?
We use this drain pipe. This is drain pipe because one whole tube of that is like $10, and I pretty much need 2-foot sections of it, so I get plenty. It's 4-inch tubing, and what's cool about it is that it fits my arm. You know, it fits your forearm like up to there. So that is what I use for these guys.
Nikora, I just stumbled on your channel and I'm all amazed. I just hit subscribe.
Awesome, thank you. Appreciate that.
Gregory Haynes, good evening, Hobsons and Creepers.
Hello, Gregory Haynes. I
Hey,
hope you're
Gregory
feeling
Haynes.
well. Hope you are at 100%.
Philip Podrowski, I've never seen a haunted house in action. Hopefully when COVID ends, I can make it to the U.S. and see one live.
Yeah, where are you located?
Aaron M., I've been working on monsters since I was 16 and I will be 41 on the 18th. Never
Cool.
stop making monsters.
Yeah.
Philip Podrowski is in Germany.
Great. Well, you guys have Traumatica there. You guys have some big parks and stuff that do Halloween and haunted houses.
Rappy UK from England.
Yeah, the Dragon Master.
Right.
That's his name now. Okay.
Philip in Germany says he's never heard of these places.
Look at Traumatica. That is at a park in Germany. I don't think they're having it this year.
What is the spray for?
This is going to give a little bit more of a harder shell. This is pretty much Gorilla's version of Leak Seal.
That's it.
Warren, you want to grab a fan out of the other room and set it up in the door?
Thankfully, it is cool tonight, so it's nice. Alagad Gorilla says hello.
Hello.
Tarantula says, I've only been to one haunted house and I wasn't even supposed to do that.
That's why you sneaky. Just drying off my bug arms.
hello from Arkansas.
Hello, Arkansas.
Elegant Gorilla, haven't been to any haunted attractions this year yet, but wife and I are decorating the house pretty good.
That's awesome.
Alan M., all the cons you've done, did any star leave you starstruck? That's a good question. Or just maybe just someone you were just excited to see.
I was very excited to meet Basil Gogos. I was very excited when I got to meet Ray Harryhausen. I was very excited to meet Dick Smith. I didn't get to meet Don. I met Don Post Jr. That was all very cool. You know what? And I met Count Gordeval. He was a horror host in the Baltimore area when I was growing up. He was my horror host, and I was very happy to meet him.
Puppet Master says, I got a bit of Inception going on with your own video in the background.
Yeah, well, I turned it off with comments, and I'll probably take it down from there.
Philip says, hey man, thanks for the tip about Dramatica. I didn't even know the Europa Park has an event like that. I definitely need to see it next year.
You should. I have some friends who do makeup there.
Ezekiel said Basil Gogos was wonderful to meet.
Yes, he was.
Lisa says, my horror host was Sir Graves Ghastly.
Nice.
Tarantula says, it wasn't an issue being sneaky, it's the issue with my health. I don't remember the name of the place, and sadly it wasn't very good, but I still looked like the whole time, they probably hated it because she was probably smiling.
Well,
I smiled too.
if you weren't supposed to go because of your health and you went anyway, then you were sneaky.
Sir Graves Ghastly.
Yeah, isn't that a great name?
Those are fun. Your horror host.
I love horror hosts.
Warren, who was your horror host?
I really didn't have one, like a person, but I remember Chiller Theater,
Chiller Theater.
which had this weird intro of this hand that had 6 fingers, and it was like.
I used to go to the Chiller Theater Horror Convention every year, and it bounced around, but from like 91 until like 97, I went every year.
We have Spenguli here in Chicago, says haunting by design. Hauntings by design. Spenguli. Aaron M., all of those people are legends. Mine that got me was Sam Jones / Gordon and Kane Hodder.
Kane Hodder. And you know what? I met Robert Piccardino in an elevator, and he was there, and it was, you know, he was, at that point in time, he was in Star Trek, so there were so many Trekkies at this convention to see him for that, and we happened to be sharing an elevator, and I said, just gonna say, man, you were also Eddie Quist and Howling, you know, and Meg Mucklebones, Meg Mucklebones.
I would be starstruck if I met Doug Jones.
Yes, I would also enjoy meeting Doug Jones. See at the work.
Ezekiel says, bucket list, be a horror host. Michigan, Ohio, and Ed the Ghoul. Christine says, maybe we will see you at Fright Kingdom.
Oh, cool.
You will see him at Fright Kingdom.
October 16th, 17th, 24th, and 25th.
We loved Fright Kingdom.
For the night somewhere.
That was a fun show.
It is. It's a good show.
We had a fun time there.
It's a good show.
Aaron M. says, Howling and Meg Mucklebones. Botox Rocks just joined the Facebook group. Great. Cassandra Peterson is my bucket list meet, says 1980.
I've met her a couple times. She's a very nice lady.
Good.
Finny 2.0 says, we had Count Floyd here in Canada.
Don't know if you want to.
Yeah, give it a head fin. Sure. Oh, you know what? Leave that alone. Leave that alone. Here's what we're gonna do, Warren. I'm gonna get you some. Your mission, should you choose to accept it.
You didn't even sign up for this.
Grab a hot glue gun out of there, and preferably the black one. And cut this guy some nice dreads, and we will give him some fun insecty. Look, this is a good length. You know, cut as many as you can out of this material here, and then hot glue them on, like around this way, you know?
So behind the edge of the mask?
Yeah, right behind the edge of the mask. Then we'll take an EVA foam strip. We'll take an EVA foam strip and pinch them down with it, and that'll give it enough grip to really glue. Okay?
Yeah, I think so.
Great.
Okay. DR Prop Studios, Prop Shop. Fun channel, guys. Keep up the good work.
Why, thank you.
Stacy Hawkins says, I keep telling Amy we should have our own horror host at Dark Hour and show schlock horror movies at stage on a semi-regular basis. Have you gotten a chance to go to the Cult Classic Convention in Bastrop? It's a great horror con.
No, I haven't. In Bastrop, Texas? No, I didn't even know it existed.
Michelle says, Gunnar Hansen for me and my signed pick. He was amazing, so down to earth.
Gunnar Hansen, awesome guy. Really, really nice guy. And a heck of a piano player. Like at Chiller Theater, at like, we're talking 2, 3 in the morning. He would be down playing piano, and because a couple of the hotels had a big like grand piano down there, and he would just hop on and play it. He also would cook for all the actors at Spooky World when he did appearances there, and he would make chili and spaghetti and yeah.
Yeah, my friend Bruce Malay and Frank was good friends with Gunnar.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
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 He was at Spooky World for a long time.
He was. He did a lot of signings at Spooky World.
Cora says, why does it make me so happy to see other fun, creative people? I appreciate true talent. Alagod Gorilla says, Gunnar Hansen was a great guy, met him at a convention, talked to him for quite a bit, he's very down to earth.
Yes.
Tom Mantra says he met Cassandra Peterson and the late Doris Pickett years ago, and they were both so nice. Christina Salvati agrees with you that Haunted Overload is classic Halloween. She loves their organic, woodsy style, and it has inspired many of her own monsters.
That show is the Halloweeniest show I've ever been to. Netherworld is the haunted houseiest show I've ever been to.
KBFX was asked for an upcoming production to make a tree monster. It's curious, what do you use for branches?
Well, I like to start with pool noodles, and then you can give them a wrap in underlayment to make the bark texture. Just like as you put it on, wrinkle it and wrap it around to make it nice and twisted. And then you can spray paint it, and they're lightweight. I think that's a good way to go. How hot do you want it? I put it right about the middle, close to 300.
Aaron says, oh yes, it's a heart convention to honor Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Ezekiel says, Carl Cleaver could be an awesome horror host, or at the very least, a great sidekick.
Oh boy.
Regularly Handsome says, what are those wings?
What wings? I didn't see any wings.
What's
I don't even
your
know what you guys are talking about.
What is your best customer extraction story? Mine, my 10-year-old daughter popped up out of the fog and the guy fell between two walls and got stuck and had to shut the room down to extract it. It's scary.
I once stole a child with a T-Rex. That's a pretty good one. So my haunt partner had a bunch of sons, like lots of boys, and they were all like a year or two apart. And there was a T-Rex seesaw contraption that was mostly carpet. Not the frame, but the monster itself was carpet. And when you pushed down on it and you moved it, you could drop it into the side with the group. And then there was like a 4 or 5 foot wall that had a pivot point, and you pushed it back up and you could walk it back around. And the kids would be plants in the group because they were like from 3 years old up to maybe 11. And you know, so almost every group there was a kid, and you'd bring it down on top of the kid. Well, I did that, and I drop it, and then I pick up the T-Rex. It's the wrong kid. I stole the wrong kid with the T-Rex. There was a bar inside of the mouth, and the kid literally had to grab onto the bar when we pushed and walked around. And it was the wrong kid. But the kid, when the dinosaur came down, the kid grabbed onto the bar. Thank God he hung on the whole time. And we were able to put him back with his group. But we stole a child with a T-Rex. Same haunt where I broke 8 ankles. But that's a story for another time.
Alan, am I going the right direction on this?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, they don't all have to come from center. They can, you know. Blame it all on my works. But I showed up in the booth.
Alabama Gorilla says Angus Scrim was awesome to chat with.
Yes.
David Carter. Hi, David.
Hello, David in the UK.
Hi, Helen from the UK. Greetings from rural Kentucky, says Body Geeks. Hey!
Hello, Body Geeks.
Aaron says Ed Neal, Carolyn Williams, many more great people. Bill Batchelor says hello. How is he?
Things are going good for me, sir.
JLR 538LM. No haunted houses in my town. Blaine, glad I am making my own. I'm just using some of your ideas.
Do it.
KDFX. Have you seen the really cool and comfy Halloween pajama set at Walmart? I have yet to take them off.
No, I haven't. I need to go there and see what they're, well, I got a couple Halloween shirts from them this year, but I need to get to Target, wife.
Look.
When are we going to go to Target and see their Halloween stuff?
I'm ready.
We haven't seen their things yet.
Oh. KDF, Nat Virba. I hope I said that right. Hello from Brazil. Some amazing stuff.
To the bam.
Chad Smith says, is the drawing a custom commission?
No. So this is this is not high art. Okay, this is just an airbrush lab. One of the things that we did to get a little more familiar with the airbrush was just airbrush some faces. So this is a face that was airbrushed at Airbrush Lab. Yeah. And someone put it up there instead of throwing it away.
Now you're throwing it in the trash.
Yeah. It was mine, so I can throw it in the trash.
Regularly Handsome says, so you're asking about what wings. It says, the ones in the back where Alan grabbed the helmet from.
There were no wings.
Larry Hughes, have you ever reworked a cheap plastic mask like pulling in the eye shape and adding pieces such as ears?
Have you seen my YouTube channel? Yes. Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
Alagod Gorilla, our haunt, APE Productions, Fright Night Mansion made its first haunted tree last season. It was huge. Had a swing for a demonic girl live, and it ended up looking like the tree from Poltergeist.
Awesome.
Tarantula says kidnapping, assault.
Yeah, that happens.
Angie Rogers on Facebook page now. When I get my stuff for the dog, I'm gonna post it there. Great. We'd love to see it. Ezekiel says, how does that xylene stink?
Awesome.
It's terrible.
So good for you. I can feel it cleaning out my lungs.
Lindsay Holman says, oh, come on, now you have to tell us how you broke 8 ankles.
Another time.
Dorian Flowers, I ordered 75 pool noodles after you demonstrated how to melt it together, and I blame you.
That's great. Did you know what you were making? Did you have a plan? Or you just like, I need pool noodles, stat! What if it's just on and blowing cold air?
What's that gray rubber helmet?
It's a gray rubber helmet. I mean, it's an EVA foam helmet that I make to put under some masks. Some masks that have like big horns, or if they have like antenna, maybe I want to do an EVA foam helmet.
I postponed one of my graveyard statues. This is Gregory Haynes. I like the results, but found out it's not really visible farther than 10 feet away. The closer the better.
They just look gray. Yes, that's true, but look at stone from 10 feet away and see if it looks, you know what I mean? See how much you can see that detail. It all depends, you know?
KDFX says, since we were talking about Gunnar Hansen, Bob Elmore Leatherface from Part 2 approved the design on my Part 2 sculpted mask. He liked it so much, in fact, I shipped him a copy.
That's cool.
Phil Batchelor says, Home Depot already has Christmas stuff out and will be reducing Halloween soon.
Yes.
Susan Hart says, hello from Ohio.
Hello from Ohio?
Tarantula says, don't throw it away, I like it. Picture.
You don't need that picture. It's going to sit on the shelf, collect dust.
1986, that looks like Daryl Dixon. Tina Kusiak, Lowe's has Xmas all out, and Halloween is just a tiny sad corner. Beta Mods, Alan, have you ever used Monster Clay?
Yes. Yeah, I have wads of monster clay.
Ralph says hello.
Hey, Realms.
Regularly Handsome, I know those were wings. They look like dragon wings, claw spikes sticking out of them. Must be a secret. I'm thinking you're willingly being obtuse.
I don't know what you mean. I don't have any. Oh, the angel wings that I made. Yeah, those are in the other room. You probably did see them. Yes, I showed them to Warren earlier.
Larry Hughes says, yes, sir, all of them, but I didn't see what I would use as a replacement to make it match the mask I want to stay with the plastic look. Fill of the plastic that I could use. Show him the. When you're done.
What's the question?
He's talking about, have you ever taken a cheap mask and upgraded it? And I'm thinking about the Wolfman. Yeah.
Well, that's not upgraded. That's just made into a wall hanging. Like the pumpkin mask that I turned into the big like scarecrow with leaves and stuff. That was like an upgrade.
Okay, but he said a cheap mask. Have you ever reworked a cheap plastic mask, like filling in the eye shape and adding pieces such as ears? That was Larry's question. And then
No, I guess I haven't done that.
Okay.
No, but I would do it out of EVA foam. Because that's nice and easy to use.
The gas station is now a barbecue place where they film some of the chainsaw. They cater to classic cult conventions. This is where Aaron.
That's fun.
KDFX, did you watch the Borat 2 trailer? Hilarious.
No. So I should tell you guys. Give me a second. I really only watch movies that have sword fighting or monsters in them. extra points if it has both. So I'm probably not going to be seeing the Borat 2 anytime soon. I have not seen Borat 1.
Which do you prefer, wet clay or monster clay?
All right.
I much prefer wet. It cleans out of a mold easier, it's faster to sculpt with. In my opinion, it is just superior.
Angie Rogers says this reminds me of the cockroach dude in Men in Black.
Thanks.
Realm says, I thought you took a devil mask and made a Krampus.
That wasn't plastic. That was a latex mask. For a moment I thought, ooh, he's got me there. And then I was like, no, he's wrong. Ha-ha, Realms! In your face!
Elegant says you must have loved Army of Darkness.
Yeah, Swords and Monsters.
Larry Hughes says, I was thinking that as well. Thank you, sir. I could use some can I use contact cement on plastic?
Yeah, absolutely.
Aaron says, so with Swords and Monsters in mind, did you like The Witcher?
Yes, I did.
David Carter.
I liked it so much I tossed him a coin. Them's his jokes.
David Carter says, Alan, can you do a show making a rubber helmet? Can you show how to make a rubber helmet?
I can show you right now how to make a EVA foam helmet. Please don't put rubber helmet in your search engine. I'm sure it'll go awry. Go to a channel called Evil Ted. Evil Ted, EVA foam helmet. You'll find it. I mean, truly. They're out there. He'll even sell you a pattern that you can use.
Bill Bachelor says, in your face. There's a t-shirt in there somewhere. William Mann, hello. Oh, finally got my decorations up on Friday for my birthday.
That's great.
Rodney Pope, pool noodles, underpayment foam, and many other YTW products are on my shopping list.
Hooray! I have a fear in my heart. I let Amber use my favorite shiv when she was here for Mask Lab. And now I can't find my favorite shiv. Now I have to use my second favorite shiv.
Realm says, I got the pig out. Just got to pack the mold a little. Excuse me. Bud Geeks, I close in 11 days on the property. Everything is set.
That is so awesome.
But being overwhelmed by where to start with the planning. Rachel Powell, well, that was weird. My screen just went black. Reloaded and everything's fine. Christina Salvati, I just posted 3 of my bug masks on the Creepers page I did for a local zoo hunt.
Cool.
I've never seen a tiger beetle before. It's so fun making an iridescent bug.
I love Japanese tiger beetles.
Ezekiel says, damn it, Amber.
Yeah, that was my favorite shiv.
Alan, have you ever played D&D?
Yes. I always play a human barbarian. And I max out in strength.
1980 says, I hate it when my cellmate steals my shit.
And I have the lowest possible wisdom every time.
Yeah, I haven't run that. So.
He's
My wife and Warren are not as chemical resistant as I am, apparently.
I'm hanging with the dogs.
Probably not
That's why I'm
good.
over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably not
We're
good
good.
how chemical resistant I actually am.
So I have a question you've probably not been asked. Have you ever created a creation you thought was too much for people to handle?
No, I stopped myself before I created it. I stopped myself before I created it. But I did think of one, and I almost made it, and then I'm like, no, I shouldn't do that.
Mike Hackney, thank you for your creative, inexpensive ideas. My kids think I came up with them. I will get caught eventually.
That's fine. That's fine. Never show them my channel. That's perfectly fine.
Gregory Haynes, Alan Shannon, I'm happy to report I'm fully recovered and ready for a monster camp when you are.
That is great.
That's good news, man. Glad you're good. Jay Gunner, what's a good way to make a stone wall with foam board?
A stone wall with foam board. Well, I would make a wooden frame, just like you're doing a wall panel. Put your foam board up there, take a soldering iron, carve in your bricks, and then mist it with spray paint from far away to give it an organic texture, because it's going to eat into it just a little bit. Don't lay it on there, else you might melt through. And then paint it with latex house paint. You could also take a heat gun, and that will amplify some of your lines you carve in, and you can also get a nice warp on the bricks. Soldering iron, heat gun.
John C., does Amber have an insect mask for her collection? Amber's all about insect inclusion.
She does.
She has 2 insect masks.
Yeah, she got 2 insect masks at Mask Lab, and she made the moth mask at Mask Lab.
Aaron says, I was going to show a new creature I based on old play kits. Then COVID happened, and I haven't shown it to anyone.
Yeah, I've got a few things that I'm just sitting on as well. A few things that I'm just sitting on because I haven't shown them yet. And I'm going to wait until people are buying until I do the showing.
What's your time?
We're going to stop at 10 o'clock.
Okay, I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. You
Okay.
want to put your comments up there so you can read them?
Yes.
I'll be right back. I can draw them with
Right,
you.
I can jump in.
Or I can jump in.
Are you reading on her computer?
Yeah. That's it.
Okay. Warren, do you want bigger words? There you go.
There you go.
That's the way I do it too, Warren. I put it on the big screen. All right, I have to find a hose material to cover this. And I think I gave Warren the last of my wire binding covering slip stuff. But I have a material. I know what I'm doing.
Ken Zeris asks, can you make a mannequin head out of the foam you use?
Damn, sure.
It says yes. Yeah, the Loctite foam is a little shapeable. I mean, you spray it with water, get a hard skin, you wait till that skin develops, and then you can push it, shape it, mold it. John Crowley says hello. That's okay.
Alexa, add flex tubing wire cover to my shopping list.
Flex tubing wire cover added.
Reynolds asks, what will be your nightmare? I only have 9 more days to build me. Kill me now. I'm not going to be able to finish.
Well, no one's going to kill you. You have to figure it out. Here is where you really get to become a director. Because a director's job is not just to make all the cool stuff and to design the show. You also have to edit. You have to figure out what you have time left to finish, what is a priority, and where should you be spending your time right now. That is your job as a director. You have to not only direct the show in terms of what does it look like, what does it sound like, but you also have to direct your time and make sure that you're going to get the right things finished.
James Nick says, hi, Alan. Why did he ask? Did airbrushing 3 get finished? I'm out of movies.
I have not done airbrushing 3 as of this juncture. Yeah.
And the man says, I made a popcorn box for my clown killer. I made it look like it's made out of flesh.
Sweet. So when I think of popcorn, I also think of flesh.
Ron says, thanks, Alan.
That's what it's about. So now you prioritize. You look at your list of everything that you have to do, and you put down what's most important. What's the second most important? That is managing. That's directing.
Horror Beauty asks, Alan, any ideas on how to make a globe over a head for a costume?
A globe over a head. Would it be okay? So is their head inside of the globe, and they have to see through it, or is this floating over their head like an exclamation point or question mark in World of Warcraft, where that's how you show someone has a quest for you? Which style of over their head do you mean? Nothing goes over my head because my reflexes are very fast.
Argue says, yes, it's inside the globe. I'm trying to do Madame Leota costume. Damn it, it's buffering. Madame Leota? I don't recognize that character. Yes.
Madame Leota from Haunted Mansion, inside of the globe. She's in a crystal ball. Okay, so what I would do,
Says yes.
is I would what's funny is, for a while there, Walgreens had those animated globes with the head inside like Madame Leota, and one was like the head of a butler. It was weird, like Gemi made them, I'm sure. But those globes were big enough to put over your head. And one year my character Carl, I had one and I had it on, and of course it looks a little bit like an astronaut, but then I would explain to people that my Halloween costume was I was a goldfish, because it also would look like a goldfish bowl. So if you could find one of those, like, it's done. Just stick it over your head, you're finished. But you also have to worry about fogging up and fresh air, and that's going to be a bit of a concern. Just so you guys know, the contact cement will eat this plastic tubing. Now, will it eat it to a degree where it's going to just disappear forever? I don't think so.
Her view says, okay, thanks.
Other than that, you might be in a situation where you have to make your own. That would be tough. But now I'm trying to think of any product that comes in something sufficiently round enough.
Actually, Ali Rod Gorilla says, how about a beer ball? Do they still have them?
They don't have beer balls anymore. And they're amber in color. They're not clear. So you would not be able to see out of your head globe.
1980 says the big plastic cheese ball girls.
But they have the barrel markings on them, and this would have to be a clear globe. You could probably get away with a half globe, and then as long as the back half is round but the front's a globe, I think it would probably work. You could spray paint like chrome on the back of the other one, so that, you know, it looks pretty much like one. Okay. Warren, you're so efficient, you unplugged the glue gun that I just wanted to use.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right.
Safety first.
He's a very safe man.
Like it says, acrylic outdoor light globes do come in clear, but they're pricey. Celeste Kitty says Kren would work to go over the antenna and not get eaten by the glue.
What would?
K-R-I-N.
It would, but this stuff will work fine. And I'm actually just going to I'm going to hot glue this down, and then I'll use EVA to really hold this down right here, because this is going through the helmet.
Okay, Warren, I got it. Where did you leave off?
There's only so picking up with James Minute saying, I like your helmet mask.
Gotcha.
Thanks, James.
Warren.
It's fine with the door open. It's kind of nice out. It's not even on. It's like,
Yeah, I know,
I'm
it's
not
just
even
like-
ready.
That's what that morning that you turned the stuff off, I had no idea. Hey. people are watching.
That's a lot of people. Hi, everybody. Also, wife, you got old numbers. Mine says 140.
Now mine says
Oh, yeah? Well, mine 9. Yeah.
Hi,
Words.
Scott Creighton.
Words are hard.
Hi, Polar Bushman. Good afternoon, Alan and Shannon. I finally found and joined your Facebook page. Masks look like how I feel in the mornings.
Hooray. You feel like a giant man-eating insect. My dogs are wrestling, and they just keep bumping into the,
They have acres to play with.
yeah, they have the whole yard to play in,
But yet, they would rather be
right here.
on the mess. What creature suit are you most proud of that you have done? Asks Aaron.
I think the Demigorgon that I made was really nice. But I also have my Wolfman costume that I keep working on, and that's really nice. I'm heat sealing this tubing so it doesn't ever come apart on the piece.
Hey.
Alagod says that's because the dog's pack leader is in here. This is true. KBFX. So, has the cat been getting in the leftover Chicago pizza that I saw on Instagram? No. The dog's doing. Aaron M says, mine would be a zombie that is fused into a power line and working the fuse box. Looks like he's being electrocuted, but harmless.
Sweet. Practice zombie safety, kids. Don't electrocute your zombies.
Tarantula says, you are all fools. His best work is that alien suit. Do you have a favorite horror movie? Asks Stacks.
Yes. My favorite horror movie is, let's just say Pumpkinhead. I really like that.
More than lots of stuff.
Monster Squad, I don't think that's more of an adventure movie.
not really
I don't
hard.
think of it as a
that-
horror.
that's more of a comedy.
That's
right?
kind of a nostalgia.
You could also say it's a comedy. Yes.
You like Pumpkinhead better than Trick or Treat?
Trick or Treat's really good. Krampus is really good, but that's more of a Christmas movie. Yeah. I think I've made a good choice.
Tarantula says, not alien suit, Alan suit. What Alan suit? What did you do? Amy Rogers, I did a spider coming out of my eye one year for Halloween. I have to send it to your creepers page.
Please do.
Body Geeks, do you know of any videos by anyone specific for starting haunts, especially outdoor haunts?
No. When are you back in town? Maybe we can just head down there and talk.
By the way, Buddy Geeks, Matthew Keller posted a bunch of photos of our acrylic bowls and globes to the Creepers page.
Okay.
Thanks, 1980.
Lisa says, Alan likes to burn his fingers.
Love to burn my fingers.
Aaron M says, I try to make them safe because I'm always the actor behind the mask. Alagog Gorilla says, Pumpkinhead, awesome horror film that is undersold, needs more love.
Does.
Stax says,
The Howling is pretty good too.
Pumpkinhead is great. I picked it up on DVD not long ago. I love the practical effects in the Pumpkinhead. Same for Rawhead Rex.
Yes.
Body Geek says, I will be at Monster Camp 7.
Awesome.
Rachel Powell says, that head form is looking a little ICP.
I suppose it is. You know what that stands for, wife? Insane Clown Posse.
Well, that's right.
It does stand for that.
I know who that is. It wasn't exactly what I was thinking. Alagog says, I have a guy.
She
in our
said that to
haunt
hurt my feelings.
That wasn't to play Pumpkinhead. That wants to play Pumpkinhead so bad, but we haven't made him a costume yet.
Come on now. Let's make him a Pumpkinhead costume.
Chad Smith says, Alan, look
I
out.
know a guy who might do that.
There's a clown in your shop.
It's a secret clown. That's what happens when you airbrush masks through the you airbrush masks and that gets on the headphones. Excuse me, sir.
Katie Effect says, so how would you paint it? How would you paint that as a clown? 1980, and acrylic
Did someone
sphere.
ask how to paint something as a clown, honey?
There was an LOL.
I want to answer all questions.
Oh,
So here you go.
Sure.
So let's just say that I want to paint this as a clown.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
done. That clown is finished. There you go.
Oh my gosh. Did you
Hobo
see?
clown.
Did you see? Of course you did.
Of course I did.
What a great
We
shirt.
talked about it earlier today.
What a great shirt. Okay. Sorry. Rodney Pope, are there any spots available for MC7? Rodney, you just did Monster Camp.
Did you just do Monster Camp 6?
Yes, he did. 2 weeks ago.
You're still mad you couldn't get the mask lab.
Alagog says, I will definitely keep you in mind, Alan, for that one. Well, Rodney, the answer is no. Monster Camp 7 is sold out.
Is that the one the weekend before Halloween?
Don't know if that will ever happen again. You know? I never thought I'd be saying we're doing a Monster Camp in October. That's possible. And, it's not when we found out Dark Hour was going to open, we were like, well, we better start school. Because when will we ever get a chance to do that again? Gregory Haynes says, Rodney, don't be greedy, dude. Yeah, we're going to get Gregory in here. Stack says, Pumpkinhead, your favorite movie monster, or do you have another monster as your favorite?
Pumpkinhead's pretty great. You know what? Bram Stoker's Dracula is also a pretty great movie.
Chad Smith says, Alan, that clown might have been your best creation / destruction.
I threw it in the garbage.
So you'll have to tell him sometime about you put people digging your clay sculpts out of the garbage at
Oh.
conventions. Aaron M. Alan, how do you feel about using magnets in masks?
I've done it. I mean, it works well. It depends on what you're trying to accomplish, but yes, it can be done, and there could be reasons for it.
Ezekiel says, Rodney, hope you're saving for when I come to Monster Camp. Alligator Gorilla, what did you think of the creatures that were in Nightbreed?
I love Nightbreed. One of my favorite movies. Which ones? The only ones I really didn't like were the Berserkers. I didn't like that design. I like my bipeds to be a little hairier.
140 people are watching. Ken Zarish says, Boris Karloff, Frankenstein.
That's a good one.
TJ Martin, was there a werewolf in Bram Stoker's Dracula?
Yeah, there's a wolf suit.
Body Geek says, I almost jumped in on the MC6 opening and did both. I'm surprised at how often that's happening now. Oh, it's fun.
Tone, the time is 9:30. Woo! Okay. Remember that? Having to call for time? There's a phone number that you called for time.
The time will be.
Yes, and then it made a beep, and then that's how you knew exactly. When you had to reset your clocks after the power went out, that's how you did it. You don't remember that?
I do.
Oh.
I do.
You were looking at me as if I were insane.
No. Ken Zarish says, Predator version. Ken Banks says, yes, we are old. Puppets Master says, time and temperature. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rodney. That's very sweet.
Are we thanking Rodney?
Said the food was good. Rodney Pope says, Ezekiel Bradshaw, I definitely want to go to Monster Camp when you go. You know, when everybody finds out Ezekiel's coming, nobody's y'all got
We're doubling the price.
Well, that's going to be a big
Ticket
deal.
cost is going up, kids.
What is tonight's Instagram Monster Challenge?
Well, it's actually long limbs, so my insect arms count.
Stack
Hooray.
says, Nosferatu is a great design. I'll be watching Salem's Lot in the next few days. That version of vampires is unsettling.
Yeah, Salem's Lot. Nosferatu, yes. I would show you a Nosferatu mask that I made fairly recently, but this year recent has a weird scant to it because of how time is different now. The world has changed.
Just don't use recent.
But a Nosferatu mask that I made, but my wife just put it away. She said she didn't want you to see it. She actually put it away like an hour ago.
Go, take it.
Because it was in the... Come on!
Take them to the booth.
Field trip!
Field trip, let's go.
Let's all go to the booth.
Do it.
Let's
Do it.
hold on, I got what battery power is that.
All right, guys. Do you know where you're going?
I just realized, like, I look really tired and beat down. And maybe I am tired and beat down, but I also look like a coal miner because I'm covered in EVA foam dust.
Go.
So I have this gray pallor about me.
Booth building.
I'm going to the booth building.
Here we go, field trip.
Let's all go to the booth building.
So it won't be a long field trip because our battery power is only at 10%. I'm a poor planner. Booth building has a little bat door knocker. He's so cute. And the light switch is behind the door. Did I mention that I'm a poor planner? So you have to kind of be like completely in the dark before you can find the light switch. That's it, we're telling ghost stories now. Hooray! Okay, so in here, there's a lot of stuff in here. This is the Nosferatu mask that I was mentioning, and maybe you guys should be there. And this mask was just used at Mask Lab, and she made a rat out of it. It was Jan, and she did such a great job. Lots of people are commenting that they like the rat monster. We clipped these teeth off a little bit so they were a little more square, but Nosferatu. And actually, while I'm in here, I have to grab this werewolf because it's old. Someone bought this moving jaw werewolf. Now we turn off the lights. Ooh, scary, scary. Blah, blah, blah. I don't say that. Oh, door. All those are mask molds, by the way. I have a lot of mask molds. Shelves and shelves of mask molds back here. We did it.
We did. Cherry Farm says, hi, Botox rocks. I love the mask. Ken Banks says that looks awesome. Stacks, bloody hell, that's insane. I love the design.
Hey, thanks.
Buddy Gates, I can move that switch for you in about 10 minutes. Botox rocks. I want to come play in all of those. Aaron M. Don Post would be proud. That's amazing. Joanne Crowley says, change the way the door opens. James
We actually
Biggs,
did have to change the way the door opened for other reasons before that.
Scott Colhart just posted the U.S. Naval Observatory's time by phone dial. There's a number you can still go.
Wow, they still have that.
James Minnick says, I do like your car horn. It's awesome.
Thanks.
God Gorilla says, I want to make a movie on real creatures. Twilight Zone-esque.
Yeah, I'm down.
Brenda Miller says, love it. Bring werewolf in for it. You gonna send him
We
off?
sold them.
Okay. $140 people are watching.
Hi, everybody. I'm working on a bug. So this EVA foam is just a little bit down here to keep this sleeve from riding up on that wire frame that I put on it.
Dorian Flowers. I saw an unfinished mask on the bottom shelf to the right as you entered that back bottom. What was that? This is to test your memory.
I don't know. I have like 700 masks in there. I don't know what that was.
Unfinished mask on the bottom shelf to the right.
Now I'm just going to lie. I'm going to say it was a Yeti.
No,
I've decided.
It is on the top shelf. She says you failed.
It was dark.
No excuse. Damp dog. Damp dog.
Very soggy.
You're so salty doggy. Girl.
You're so soggy doggy. All that she wants is a soggy doggy. Hey, space.
Dorian says, it was light when I saw it. Now I'm curious as to what it was.
You'll never know. You'll never know. And if I figure it out, I'll never tell.
Hey, you're a buzzkill.
I am a buzzkill.
You are.
My lot in life.
You're a fun.
I have fun watching others suffer.
Yeah, but
But Bella was hunting a spider earlier. Spider lost.
Few things are as delicious as a spider or a moth.
Shannon, did you see the witch kitten on the Creepers Facebook page? Nobody geeks. I didn't. I will go look.
You should know. You're reading comments.
I can do
140 people are counting on you.
Thank you, Body Geeks.
139 because one thought you abandoned them.
Let me go see the kitten. Thank you, Body Geeks. So nice of him.
She got work to do.
Nice. So nice. Where's that kitten?
Yeah, I'm looking. I don't see on the Creepers page. did you say?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Creepers
I'm
page.
not
I
seeing
could
it.
be here for days. Oh my God. Christina Salvati's spider is adorable.
Okay. So I have 2 insect masks. Ah.
Man, you guys are posting some beautiful stuff. Stan says Jaws is the most unrated horror movie.
Underrated.
Underrated. No, he said unrated, but underrated is you're correct. Will you put LEDs behind those eyes?
No. Because this is for a customer and they didn't ask for LED eyes.
Algar says, I just scrolled back to the back room with the mask, and I couldn't even tell what it was.
Yeah, y'all can do that. I don't have the ability to just scroll backwards through time
What are
to find
your
out what I should be doing.
What are your feelings on adding acrylic paint to latex to change the color? Good thing or bad thing?
Well, okay, so I would not do it to change the color of a pore, but that is how you make latex paint. So it's a good thing unless you turn it into a bad thing by trying to make it into, like, don't pour up with colored latex. Let latex be latex colored when you pour it in the mold. You must know why. It's because then your mold is, your mask is not latex. It's thin. It's less text.
Ken Banks, I have some rolls of solid foam tube I am willing to donate to you. I will send an email with pictures if you are interested.
Ken, that would be so awesome. I love making stuff.
Shape Killer Studios, hey Alan and crew, I just pulled my first clean copy of my new Myers mask from my plastic production mold. It came out flawless, with minimal shrink. The insect mask and the arms look great. Hashtag donate stuff.
Thank you so much, and I'm glad that you made stuff.
James Minnick says he likes your car horn.
Thanks,
Brenda Miller
James.
says battery's dying here. Enjoyed my bedtime show. Good night, Brenda.
Good night. Thank you. Everybody, thank you for hanging out with us. You guys make this so much fun. I could come in here and I could work in the shop alone. I might even con my wife into coming and working with me. But you guys being here and hanging out with us, it adds a whole nother element to it. And it's very nice. So thanks.
Ezekiel says, I think you better dance now.
I gotta finish this paint.
Very Tom Jones there, Ezekiel.
It's not unusual to be loved by anyone.
Alex God says, I loved Jaws.
It's not unusual.
First time I realized I love horror movies was bitten by the dark shark. I was only 10.
That's when you jump the shark.
Harvey says, you know, Alan, one day you will have to dress up as the Count as much as you do that.
Ah.
Oh, it was the Asian demon. Lisa says, I think it was a Chinese dragon mask. It was an Asian demon.
Asian demon. Yeah.
I got you. Hang on. Because someone bought it and I'm waiting for the rest of the order. I can do that. Hang on, guys.
Why did I dry brush this in white? Because I'm gonna now dry brush it with chrome. And then I'm gonna airbrush it with green ink.
Ezekiel says, try living in Australia with Jaws movie theme music in your head every time you enter the ocean.
Uh,
1980 says,
we have stuffed toy failure.
Shannon, you need to make that recipe for Alan. Stacy sent you a video. I'll check it out, 1980.
Seal is
Thank you.
breached.
I found that kitty. Yes, Tina, I saw him too. So pretty. Dwarfs. Robert White does awesome job. Botox rocks. Thank you for letting us watch you work. KBFX. How do you remove dry glue from a latex mask if you want to use cleaners?
Dried glue?
Dry glue.
Well, it depends on the kind of glue, but normally you need a solvent like a naphtha or odorless mineral spirits. Probably first thing I do is I try 99% alcohol, then I would go to odorless mineral spirits, then I would try naphtha. Naphtha will straight up melt your mask if you're not careful with it.
Alagog says, very fun show, I love it. I like what you see. Weird. We are a lot alike, but with that said, gotta make like banana split. Good night all. So good night, Alan.
Good night.
Bipolar Bushman says, you bring something special to us, Alan, so thank you for that.
Well, y'all are awesome.
Botox rocks. I wish I had the money for one of your 3-day camps. Kamikaze Kumquat. What a night. Everyone put up awesome Halloween decor so I can live vicariously through you. I
Yeah.
can't decorate yet because another hurricane is headed our way. Hopefully, I'll get to at some point this season.
I'm sure you will.
Stack says, who would you say has the best design? Original Michael Myers or Jason?
I would say Jason, because they kind of copped out and lucked out on the original Michael Myers because they, just threw him in that blue jumpsuit and they gave him a Captain Kirk mask that they painted white. So I would say Jason had some thought put into him as far as his design, especially talking about the makeup that happens at the end of the movie when he comes out of the water. That Tom Savini makeup is haunting. I mean, it's a great makeup. Does it hold up necessarily today with today's standards of makeup? Maybe not, but it's still good and it's realistic enough to be really disturbing.
You're at 9:45.
I know, that's why I'm racing like a madman so that I can get this mask painted.
Lisa Aaron has got her attention because this is looking like crow.
And then,
That's Lisa's favorite.
and then when this mask is finished, I got to put on this mask and the arms and do an insect dance. Because I said, that's how we're going to end this video.
Mikey says, where do you order your airbrush makeup from? I can only find 4-ounce bottles. Vinny says out of stock on those colors.
I normally order right from European Body Art. If you go to EuropeanBodyArt.com, what happens is they'll redirect you to their new site. They named it something like airbrushmakeup.com or something more normal than European Body Art, so I felt weird every time I went there, so I'm glad they did that. But I don't remember their new site's name, so there.
Mikey says, I ordered a 4-inch Megalodon tube for the Shark Doc's 50th birthday.
Sweet.
That is a very romantic gift. Enigma says, I made 296 thermoplastic teeth for a sculpt, and thank God I'm done. I never want to make teeth again.
Yeah, teeth suck.
So he's right. What's more like 350 teeth?
Yeah.
Promised a dance at the end of the video.
It's called Insect Dance Party,
Hello.
right? Hello,
Hello.
wife.
Adrian Philbin, I'm wondering if you could do an online airbrush class. I live in California and I could not get to you. Or do you do them at transfer?
We're going to do a haunter class on airbrush. Our next Haunter class is going to be on, yeah, just throw it away.
Huh?
Our next Haunter class is I have 70,000 of those. Our next Haunter class is going to be on making a half mask. Those are the $30 digital downloads on our website. And then after that, I'll do one on airbrush.
Body Geeks wants a disco ball. Body Geeks wants a disco ball.
I don't have a disco ball.
What?
I don't
Dance
own.
party? What kind of dance party is this? You're throwing a dance party.
Dude, I have flashlights in here.
Yeah.
Modern dance parties don't have disco balls, wife.
What about
We've already established that you're not hip.
We have two
You need glow sticks.
Where are the flashlights?
We're gonna get flashlights. We're gonna make it
We're
work.
gonna make this happen.
We're gonna use our phones.
We can do that.
So with the undercoating of chrome,
You read? I'll go there.
Okay.
bouncing through the undercoating of white, and now I'm spraying lime green ink on top of that, I'm getting a metallic green. See that?
Nice. That's very cool.
But it has to happen in layers or else it won't work, you know?
Body Geek says, okay, break out the bubble machine.
Break out the bubble machine. I do actually have a bubble machine.
I'm sure. I have no doubt.
That one I've got covered.
Is it the Froggies?
Yeah.
Machine, of course. Nicholas says, this involves blind you. Laugh out loud. Aaron M says, even with all the years of making future suits and makeup, I've never gotten the chance to be a scare actor.
That is terrible for you. That's my first love. I enjoy scaring people and acting in a haunt more than I enjoy making costumes. I make costumes so I can be more effective when I'm in the haunt. Why I started making them was so that I could be better at scaring.
KB Effects Special Effects Makeup says, dabbling back into making Freddy gloves, so I might post that up when I'm done. Love doing metalwork.
Cool. Look what's happening in the air.
I saw that haze develop as I was standing there when you were spraying the green.
Warren?
Awesome.
You're ready. We are ready. Wait. Hello, Josh Newman. We're at 10 minutes till 10.
I'm working on it.
Oh, I love the green. Oh my goodness. So pretty. Did you go swimming in the river? It's too cold. Aaron M., my issue is where I live. It's hard to get into any haunts here as an actor, at least for me anyway.
Where are you?
Hard to imagine someone not wearing a haunt actor. Haunts by Design. I love the tutorial on making the plaster bust. I watched it earlier. Does the head type really matter? Styrofoam versus mannequin?
Well, mannequin is plastic, and it's just not going to bite as well. So I like the styrofoam head.
Aaron lives in Killeen, Texas.
There's stuff in this
It's what they do.
So was saying it's hard to get into haunts, but he does use it in Texas.
What's the biggest haunt near you?
Silo of Screams, Waco Haunted House, House of Torment.
Yeah, I bet they would like to have you. Have you applied? Have you applied and they said no?
That's hard to imagine. Funny, it says I'm going to need around 80 actors in 2022.
Yeah, you will. Actually, you'll need to employ 80 actors. That means you got to hire about 150.
People are watching.
Hi, 140 people.
It could be.
Yeah.
There's alcohol playing glass. There's good punches.
They-
I'd like you to smell it, but I'm worried you'd still play it. I will.
You think that's something you eat. Aaron says, I haven't gotten to apply. I've had health issues that got in the way for a while. I don't know who to speak to.
You go to their website, and on their website, they're going to have a page saying, hey, we need your help. We'd like to hire you. And then you say, I would like to be hired by you. It's a match made in heaven. Get to work.
Did you just spray the dog orange?
Dog don't listen. The good dog gets to be orange. That's how it works. That dog better recognize. Yeah.
Come on, come on. Chop, chop. You got a dance to do.
I do have a dance to do, but I got to make sure I'm properly attired for my
Okay,
dance.
Before you dance, Warren and I have to get in place.
Okay.
Penny 2.0. When are we going to get another one of your outdoor ghost stories?
Once we get into mid-October, we might do some of those.
Funny, you should mention that. But that needs to happen. Wow, that's beautiful. You spray painted this most beautiful metallic silver. Oh, it's yummy. It's yummy.
Somebody's gonna go right out the window.
I love it. I like green. How much of the Endura is needed for a full body paint job, at least a base coat?
Maybe an ounce. It goes a long way. A lot of folks thin their Endura with 70% alcohol too.
Aaron says it doesn't hurt. I'm 6'2" and about 185, so I can pull off a lot of creatures.
Yes, you can. Get to work. You tell me it's hard to get a job at a haunted house. I ask if you have applied, and you say you haven't applied yet. It is not hard to get a job at a haunted house. You just haven't done it yet. They need your help. They're counting on you. Go do it. Haunted houses are always struggling for actors this time of year.
Do you believe in taking breaks from sculpting or no? Asks Enigma.
No, do die. No, I mean, I'm lucky. I always have another project that I can just bounce over to, so I haven't had a real issue with it. Yeah.
Body Geek says, if you want to drive about 1.5 hours, hit me up next year. There you There's a new
Yeah.
show, man.
That ain't bad.
Not bad at all. 140 people are watching. 5 minutes.
I need a full black.
Chop and chop, chop.
This is full black. Great. You hear how my wife is talking to me?
So good time. I remotely break it as I'm listening. Leave him alone. Let him alone. Oh, they'll attack me. Attack me.
We're getting close, guys.
KVFX. Haunted houses, I believe, aren't too picky. As long as you're reliable, teachable, and passionate, you should be good.
And not a sex offender.
Aaron says, you're right, and I appreciate your honest answer. Says, thank you, I appreciate it. It's Aaron.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? They're ready for you. Do it. This guy's looking a little nuts, isn't he?
Explain what you got.
This is a little piece of just decorative netting. And right now they have it at Hobby Lobby in the Christmas section. It's in like a 6-inch wide ribbon roll. I saw it there the other day. So they still have this in Hobby Lobby. And it's just such a great mesh for doing little patterns like that. Here's the mesh. And then you just airbrush through it.
RD says, I need to get me some of that mesh Christmas section you said.
Right now it's in the Christmas show section.
6 minutes later, Guitar Man. So I want to make mold walls for a mold. Sculpt is made with monster clay. That's the best clay for a mold wall. Plastina?
No, wet is good. I would use wet clay or EM21, which is just a water-based clay that isn't wet clay.
Buddy said, if you're willing to show up, I will pretty much find you a position. Aaron says, in Body Geeks, I would love to drive an hour to scare the hell out of people for you.
There you go.
Bridget Taylor says, I stumbled upon your videos a few days ago and I've loved everything so far. I feel so inspired. Now, I just have to go make stuff.
Go make stuff. But wait till I'm done. Then go make stuff.
What is the best inexpensive
I did
airbrush?
not find any matching items for guns since last 30 days.
Thanks, Alexa, for
What
putting
is the
in.
best inexpensive airbrush?
Harbor Freight $10 airbrush. You just saw me use it. It is right here. It is the Quick Change airbrush. Amazingly enough, Harbor Freight has 2 different types of $10 airbrush. One of them is garbage. The other one is the Quick Change airbrush. It's got a red trigger and the bottles slide in and out like this. It is a 7-piece set. I like it so much, I did a whole video on it on my channel in the last 2 or 3 weeks. This guy is painted. So now we have to get to his handles, which are dry.
Says Hobby Lobby is only on Valentine's. Easter is next week. Botox Rock says, thank you, I'll check it out. Oh, that green! Oh, that's so pretty!
Your face is so pretty.
That's this mask you could call the Bugator, like Predator. Bugator. Very trying to name it.
I have a mask that I call my insect mask. Its name is Insect. That's back when I was naming my own stuff.
My folks are telling me this tomorrow, and we'll have to go on
You don't have to clean up
1980 says algae on the shrimp arms. Good call. Man, I love
That's
that.
how you get in timeout in 1980. That's how you get in timeout.
Yummy green.
And this is alcohol-based ink, so it does dry pretty fast, actually.
Can't see what you're doing. Free time? Is this free time? Kinsbury says, go back to the chopper. Erin M says, I love that you named your stuff. I have for every one of mine has a backstory and everything helps me portray them. Chad Smith says, I named my dino pre-go gore storic. Trying to be a little more creative. Good night, TJ Martin. TJ Martin posted the kitten picture that I am in love with. Need that kitten.
I might have a problem.
You got it? Are you out of green?
I think, no, I'm not out of lime green. I just didn't put it away like a slacker. I was gonna have to mix me up some lime green. So I have sunshine yellow and I have forest green. I could have got the job done.
What a mess. It's your right, though. They're gonna show up tomorrow, so. Puppies. And birthday for the.
These are your granddaughters.
That's right,
Yeah,
that's
I
right. Laura Beauty says, cool, butt arms. Botox rocks. How fun it must be to hang out with y'all. Or you won't hang out, Botox, you get put to
I will
work.
put you to work.
You know, nobody gets to hang out, man. Everybody has to work.
It's been horrible.
It's terrible. Rachel says, I was almost ALEXA add lime green ink to my shopping list.
Yeah.
6-string Slayer guitar man. About how many latex half masks can you get from a 1-gallon bucket of latex?
1 gallon doesn't come in a bucket. It comes in a bottle that makes you sad because it looks like a gallon of milk. 1 gallon, 3 or 4. You have more waste because you normally you dwell a mask, but you don't have enough latex to dwell, so you got to pour it in, slosh it around, pour it out. So you'll get 3 or 4 out of it.
Number 5.
I'm getting there. I'm close. I'm so close. I'm not even going to say yet so far away, because that wouldn't be true. But I'm
You don't like
close.
black tip reef sharks. Sorry, Alan, I'm not trying to make jokes on your work, but I love that mask. Your work is awesome, says Ken Zurich.
Which-
What did you say?
Yeah, I think you're fine.
I think you're fine, Ken.
Not like you're 1980 or
He said,
anything.
go back to the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper. No. Ken, you're accurate. Botox Rock says that would not be work for me. I would be having so much fun.
Good.
And today it says, crack a window, the fog is really thick. You just open the door.
It's that the lime green ink hangs out more than anything else. You know, that's just what it is.
You got every ounce of stuff you have in yet. Just about.
Because actually, I think they'll actually rip like 60 and the jump or whatever. Yeah.
Can't get that.
We are approaching dance party time, kids.
Alright.
Thank you. Good job. All right. Six String says, thanks, I think I better get a 5-gallon bucket.
Get a
Buddy
5-gallon
says,
bucket.
Getting high for the rave. Ezekiel, night folks, you're all awesome. Ezekiel, you're about to miss the dance.
Ezekiel, we are 5 minutes from dance party, buddy.
Tarantula says, my husband would like to see your ventilation system.
Give me a moment. I'm on a rush right now, I'm sorry. Warren, do you want to turn the camera to the air scrubbers?
Sure.
They do work their little hearts out.
Witterman says, I'm ready for bed, but I'm in no way missing the dance party. Bob O'Brien, stand by. Dance party. Certainly doesn't work that way. Will you explain about the ventilation system?
Yeah, so there are 2 industrial air scrubbers in the room. They are from Grizzly, and you can get different filters for them. I happen to have on them 3-micron filters because that's the size that I needed. I used to use 5-micron filters, but thanks COVID. So, yeah. And there's a fan on them, and they're on constantly, and they're pulling the air through them, and they are making it, they're filtering it, basically. And we had 8 people airbrushing in here the other day,
Yep.
and it never got like super foggy, but we weren't using metallics, and because metallic paint will stay in the air and make a big fog, more than others. And lime green, more than any of the other inks, made a cloud.
Abram Acosta says, I am back in time for the dance party.
You are.
Enigma is counting on seeing the shimmy.
I don't know what
$6.
kind of dance moves bugs have, but I'm going to flex them.
Aaron says, since bugs are involved, it can be a raid, not a raid.
Yeah.
Hard meaning, what is the color you are using now?
This is Baja Blue, but it looks dark green on top of this green.
Sure does.
Now, I still have to, I need to hit these with a sealer, which will also high gloss them, but I'm not going to do that right now, because right now it's time for an insect dance party.
Right.
I have one thing I have to do real quick first. There. Oh, you got this.
Two. I do. Brayden Mitchell, 'cause that's what we're all here for. pick a rain. Alexa, play rave music.
Here's a playlist you might like.
Alexa, stop. Alexa, stop. That'll get a strike on the video for content that's not ours.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You'll have to make deep, deep noises with your mouth. Because we can make deep, deep noises.
Do you want me to turn out? Well, go ahead, go first.
I gotta get suited up.
Yeah, he's gotta get cleared up first, and then we'll kill the
We're
lights.
gonna have to kill lights.
Then we'll kill the house lights.
First, we're gonna have it. Disco Pumpkin Thunder.
Eye holes are under here. That's an eye hole. And I can actually see pretty good. Warren, can you aim the camera down a bit?
How's that? Is he in frame?
Yeah, he's good.
Okay.
Hang on.
Have a dog.
We get the dog.
Was this one frame of it?
I am doing that as concern.
You're not shimmying. Do you not know how to shimmy? Oh my God.
No,
Well, shimmy, you got the shimmy.
You gotta shake it.
That's it. That's insect dance party.
Dear neighbors, we're nice people, I swear.
I have 3 very concerned dogs who are wondering what's going on. Okay, so that was insect dance party, and yes.
All right, not too bad for this.
You guys are awesome. Wife, say goodnight.
Good night.
Warren, say goodnight.
Good night.
I say goodnight. Thanks for hanging out with us. And I say go make stuff.